morning, good afternoon, good evening. You know, when I was young, I used to work for a guy and training his horses, feeding his horses, things of that nature, and well, helping him train them, but I would feed them every morning before going to school. And in the training of these horses, this guy named Mr. Cornett, Leighton Cornett. He was an attorney in East Texas. And he had a really good reputation as an attorney. He was also really good with his horses. And I watched him when I'd be working besides him, you know, and he would be so gentle, he'd be so sweet to the horses. And eventually those horses that he was attempting to train would gravitate to the gentleness of his spirit. And before you know it, he'd have a blanket placed on the horse, and then he would have a saddle on the horse, and then he'd have me step up and sit in the saddle for a minute while he would hold the rope that's tied to a halter on the horse. He'd hold that rope, and he would have me get on the horse to get it used to someone in the saddle. And eventually I'd ride the horse around the compound inside of the corral. And eventually he'd remove that rope from the halter, and it would just be me walking the horse around the corral. And then sometimes he'd say, all right, so we can get the horse up to a little trot, and I'd put the horse in a trot going around and around the corral. Well, all horses are not the same, and all didn't receive that training in that manner. In those instances when the horse would not receive the gentleness of the trainer, the gentleness of Leighton Cornett's voice, he would literally take a rope and he would tie it a certain way around the horse's head to the horse's hoof on the bottom. And then whether the horse wanted the blanket or not, whether the horse wanted a saddle on the horse or not, whether the horse wanted me in the saddle or not, it didn't matter. The horse would be restrained to such a way that it had to endure what was coming next. Years ago, after I had been called to preach, and I was going through all that I was going through, and I was showing God so much resistance because I understood that what he was wanting of me was going to require change. It was going to require change of my life's visions. It would require change of my life's action, my daily walk. It would require change of my philosophical perceptions, my thoughts, my mindset, my imaginations, and I was not going to go down that road. And one day I was literally doodling on a piece of paper. I said, God, am I a horse for you to shove a bridle in my mouth and force me to go and do something that I don't want to do? And a couple of hours later, two or 3 hours later, I was reading in Psalms, and I came across a psalm that very same day, Psalm 32:9. He said, be ye not as a horse or as a mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth shall be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. I mean, literally, God brought it front and center. Eric, don't make me hurt you. Don't make me be mean to you. Don't make me handle you rough. Don't make me have to put my hands on the back of your neck and take you right over to the water and make you drink? See, men say you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Well, men ain't horses. We are made by God for his purposes, for his visions, for his kingdom. And whether he does it the easy way or whether you force him to do it the hard way, he's going to get the best out of you. He's going to get out of you what he put into you. You will obey. You will yield. Your spirit shall submit to him who is on high, who is holy, and who loves us so much. Now, when I was young, my mom had a nickname for me at times. She called me Brickhead. And God had the name for us. He called us stiff-necked. He called us rebellious. He called us disobedient. He called us gainsaying. He says that we got itching ears. We want people to tell us stuff that's sweet. We want people to tell us that thing would tickle our fancy and makes us feel good all the time. He tells us that we want folks who are not going to condemn our ways, who are not going to admonish us or rebuke us or encourage us to do things just a little bit different, to change our thoughts, to change our ways, to change our steps. There is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof is death. How long is what he asked the Apostle Paul before he became Saul. How long are you going to kick against the pricks? How long are you going to resist the truth? Love yourself. God's love. Love yourself. Love yourself. Listen to him. Begin to build your life on the truth. Build your life on that which is righteous. Build your life on that which is holy. If God doesn't want you saying it, don't say it. If God doesn't want you doing it, don't do it. WWJD is a reality in spirituality. It is a reality for your heart. It's a reality for your journey. You can try to fill your life up with this, you can try to fill your life up with that, and you are still going to be outside looking in, unsatisfied, unhappy, unfulfilled. Jesus told the lady at Jacob's well, I have water that you'll never thirst again. I have water that if you drink this water out of your belly will flow rivers of living water. The truth will saturate your being. You will be free of the bondage of this world. You'll be free to know and to believe that Jesus is Lord, and you will apply the principles of righteousness and holiness internally. You will stand up with your shoulders. You will have a smile on your face. You'll have a glint in your eyes, and you will know the truth, and you will live it. Stop mistreating yourself. Learn to be thankful for the beautiful relationship that God has available to you and for me and for us together. Love you. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. And I encourage you to continue to grow in the love of God.